I just want to start by saying that this is a pro-black channel. If you disagree with the statements that I'm making and you want to leave negative comments, I guess it's your free will or your right to be able to do so. But it actually says more about you. You see, the difference between me and you is I'm not going to stay and watch a video that I despise or possibly hate. Hate is a strong word for me, but there are actually people that hate watch things. So I would politely ask anybody who disagrees with my content to politely don't hate watch my content, because it's clearly not for you. I make pro-black content. If you are not black, it doesn't mean that I'm anti you, but I am pro me and I am pro my people. And I am going to talk about issues that affect my people. And if you so happen to disagree, that's your right. That's well within your rights to be able to disagree. But you will never change the minds of those who subscribe to the way we think. Because we, like every other race of person on this planet, is going based on their personal experiences. And since none of you who are not black have ever been black, you have no right to talk to us about our experiences. You have no right to make claims of us being victims or make jokes about us being victims or having a victim mindset when we have actually been victims, historically speaking, and not even just historically speaking. It's still happening currently. So I'm not going to go down the list of comments of what happened on my last video. I took a couple days off because it has been relatively difficult after this Carmelo verdict. I will say what I wanted. Honestly, I wanted for the young man to learn a lesson, honestly, because it's more about controlling your temper in these types of situations. Now, I get it. I'm not excusing what Austin did. Absolutely fucking not. There's a lesson within that. It's keep your hands to yourself. He learned that lesson. He just paid a heavy price for it. But it's a lesson that all of you who want to go around trying to antagonize black people, it's a lesson that you should also take away. Keep your fucking hands to yourself. Now, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But truly, I'm of two minds of this. Yes, I want it for the young man to actually learn a lesson in terms of controlling your emotions when in heated debate. I get it, right? You're young. Things can be excused when you're young. I often say teenagers be at a dumb age. It's a dumb age. Doesn't make them dumb as people. You're at a dumb age because you do more dumb things at that in those particular ages. And a lot of teenagers, as well as many adults, but definitely within teenagers, because their brains aren't necessarily fully developed, have to learn about emotional control. A lot of people could actually learn from that. Honestly, I would say, that's why I said I'm of two minds. If he would have gotten 10 years, it'd have been like, okay, you can go sit down for 10 years. You're 19 now. You get out at 29, you still got the rest of your life. And during that 10 years, during that decade, you have time to reflect, which I'm sure he's already been doing because from reports, he's already appeared to be remorseful. But then I'm of another mind too, especially seeing Rick Child be able to get away with shooting a young black kid in his back as he's running away. Because if the kid is running away, the kid is no longer a threat. I don't see how y'all got that one wrong down there in South Carolina. I don't give a fuck about what the circumstances were. I don't see how you get that one wrong. That one just doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. If somebody is running away from you, they are no longer a threat. You can talk about the facts of the case. The thing what I've noticed is it's always some justifiable excuse when it comes to us being unalive, or it's always some contradiction or some bullshit law or just something you pulled out of your ass when it comes for black folk being able to defend themselves with self-defense. It's always something different. It's always something. There's stories floating around saying it was another white boy who stabbed someone several times and only got 10 years. Only got 10 years, but you give Carmelo 35. No one is going to be able to tell us as black people that the system isn't racist. Because here's the thing. White people don't like talking about history, especially their history. Well, some of them like promoting it and saying, oh, well, we're proud of our heritage. Okay, sure. Then let's talk about y'all fucked up heritage. Let's talk about all the fucked up shit your ancestors did. See, black people have a habit now of saying the stupid shit of we are not our ancestors. White people are their ancestors. A lot of them are. And you know what their ancestors were doing. Now, sure, that's an inflammatory statement. How could you say such a thing? Because of the shit that we see playing out in America in regards to us. It wasn't all that long ago you looked at us as 3/5 of a person, whatever the fuck that means. But the simple facts are those sentiments never completely went away. And I'll tell you why. Because y'all still don't see us as human beings, especially in them courtrooms. Because it's real crazy that when a white boy shoots up a school or when a white boy commits a horrific crime, you can somehow see the humanity in it. Well, he was a loner. You guys start making excuses to justify the bullshit that he has done. But when a young black kid like Carmelo, who appeared to be very remorseful about the actions that he took, you don't see the humanity in that because y'all don't see us as human. Don't think don't think for a second that that's gone unnoticed by us. We see everything. And then for you assholes that try to say, why do we make everything about race? It was white people who came up with race in the first place. White people didn't exist prior to the 1600s. Wasn't a thing. So yeah, black people feel a way. We definitely do. And we don't expect any of y'all to actually give a shit about how we feel. And that's fine. You don't have to give a shit. Because understand, when the tables turn and when y'all find yourselves in a fucked up position, trust and believe, we're not going to give a fuck about what happened to y'all either. See, we understand that we are in it. It's just us. Nobody got our backs. Period. No matter how much y'all try to preach this coalition bullshit, we realize it's just us. It's just FBA. It's just black folk. We all we got. And unfortunately, we have members in our own community that don't side with the majority, which is okay. It's okay to a certain extent because we as black people are not a monolith. I talk about this all the time. We as black people are not a monolith. This is a fact. But the sad part is you have some black people with a raccoon type personality. You'll side with the white people. You side with the white man and not your own people. You won't stand behind your own people. So yes, I wanted Carmelo to get a maximum of maybe 10 years. Maybe. That's of one mind. But I will admit, there's another side of me that wish he would have got off completely scot-free. Because we've seen too many black people, children, adults. We've seen too many of them be killed out here in the streets. And whether it's police officers or private citizens that have been let off the hook, no justice at all. So I think we were kind of due for some. Doesn't make it right? Who gives a fuck at this point? I'm not contradicting myself. It's just when you constantly see wrong being done to your people, at a certain point, you tend to adapt and be like, you know what? Maybe it's time for us to start punching back. Maybe it's time for us to start doing the same thing. I'm not advocating for that. Don't misconstrue what it is that I'm saying. I'm not saying that we need to rise up and we need to go out there and we need to start unaliving folk. That ain't what I'm saying. So don't twist up what I'm saying. What I'm getting at is maybe we need to start showing the same feelings towards them that they do towards us. Maybe we need to start not seeing y'all as human. Like y'all don't see us as being human beings. And I know so many people are going to disagree with what I'm saying. I don't give 6 fucks. I don't care. You're not going to silence me. I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to keep speaking my mind and giving my opinion because I have freedom of speech the same as you. So when you assholes leave stupid comments under my videos and you downvote my videos, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to do and say what it is that I'm going to say. Period. I'll figure out another way around the algorithm. It's okay. But at the end of the day, I'm just wondering, like, when I come across videos I don't like, I just move on. I'm not going to stay and try to argue and try to fight. You guys are pathetic. Seriously. Don't you got something better to do with your time? It's like millions of other things you can watch on the internet. Or maybe you can go outside and touch grass, breathe some, well, I won't call it fresh air, but breathe some air. So, yeah, this would be my what is this? My 17 cents for the week. Since you all definitely didn't like my last one, I knew you weren't going to like this one. I'm trying to get myself back into making videos for my channel, regular videos that don't necessarily revolve around race. But it's just too much. It's too much happening out here in the news for me to not talk about it. So that's why I go back to my original statement of this is a pro-black channel. If you don't like it, leave. I'm not going to change my content. I'm not going to change, especially when I see injustices happening to my people. I'm not going to not speak up about it. Of course, I'm going to speak up about it. Because I have principles and I stand for something. And a lot of y'all are racist as hell. Period. Y'all don't want to see black people flourish. You definitely don't want us to get reparations. Doesn't matter. We're still going to continue to fight for it. You don't have to agree. You don't have to like it. But it wasn't your people that was oppressed, even though y'all try to play victim as much as humanly fucking possible. Falls on deaf ears. So, my 17 cents for the week is just, I feel bad about what happened to Carmelo. People are going to judge me for saying, do you feel bad about what happened to Austin? Not really. Not really. It's got nothing to do with him being white. It wouldn't make a difference if he was black. It wouldn't make a difference if this was a black on black thing. You know why? Because I'm fair. I'm very fair. If it was a black person putting their hands on another black person, then you gonna get what you get. Because I'm a firm believer in leaving people the fuck alone. That's why. So no, it's not a racial issue for me necessarily. I don't like to see anybody be fucked with, especially because that's how I live my life. I don't go around trying to mess with people. As a matter of fact, if I ever find myself in confrontation, I'm trying to diffuse the situation because honestly, I will say I don't want any smoke. I want everybody to be able to go back home to their families at the end of the day. Sure, people may have disagreements. Emotions might run high, but then someone has to be the cooler head. Someone has to use their fucking brain. Hey, this shit gonna spiral out of control. I'm gonna just dip off. Now, if you attack somebody as they're walking away, then they are fully justified in whatever the fuck happens to you. And if that involves you being unalive, it's on you, because you should have left them alone. That's my stance. That's my stance. Period. So do I feel bad for Austin? Not really. And it's got nothing to do with his race. People should leave people the fuck alone. George Zimmerman didn't leave Trayvon Martin alone. Trayvon Martin was minding his business. He didn't leave him alone. He got his ass whooped and then he killed the boy. All you had to do was leave him alone. Trayvon will still be alive today. And as far as like for Cyrus Carmack Belton, same thing. The boy was running away. You accused him of stealing. He wasn't stealing. You said he was pointing a gun. There's no evidence to support that. It's not on camera. It wasn't shown. It's just your word. There are people that are out here that naturally and actually fucking hate us as a people. There are some people that wake up every single day hoping and wishing and praying that they can unalive one of us. Some people make it their mission to start an altercation in hopes of finding themselves to be justified in unaliving one of us. Because black people keep telling y'all, just leave us the fuck alone. Now other groups are getting in on the action besides white people, because everybody's starting to feel like that they can just come at us and antagonize us. Well, I'm just going to tell you, do it at your own risk. Because the one thing black people ain't going to stop doing, we ain't going to stop defending ourselves no matter what the fuck the law says.